Welcome friends, my name is instarekt, and there's been some huge PixARK news about taming recently. Now I'm not really the kind of guy that does really long videos and doesn't actually get to the point until the end of the video, so we're gonna get right into it. If you enjoy the video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe to keep up to date with all the latest PixARK news. So what's the big news? Well, in short, taming in PixARK is going to be temporary. It basically means you're going to have your dinosaurs around for about 3 days before they go wild again. It's going to be a lot quicker to tame them, I'm talking minutes rather than hours, but your tames aren't going to be permanent. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't really know what to think about this. So we're going to have a chat about it on this video. We're going to take a look at the article that I saw this from, but I really want to hear from you guys. You know, whether you're an ARK player, whether you're not an ARK player, I want to know what you think about this kind of huge game-changing change about PixARK. It's something that I'm kind of skeptical about, but I'm still thinking, you know, it could work. But I'm really interested to hear from you, so please, let's have a discussion down in the comments section. I want to talk to you guys and find out what you think about it, and we're going to take a look at this article. So this is the article here from Player One. It's an interview with Peter Kang, who's the executive producer of Snail Games. So the main bit that I want to take from this, we're going to have a look at a lot of the article, but the main bit that I want to point out to you guys is this right here. So it says, PixARK also differs from its predecessor by making conscious attempts to be less of a time sink. Sounds great, right? That part, love it. A typical 12-hour wait to tame a Giga, for example, will be just a few minutes long in PixARK, and a 2-hour trip to restock gasoline will be replicated as a 15-minute diversion. This short burst philosophy ties into dino ownership too. Unlike Survival Evolved, tames in PixARK will only last for a maximum of 3 days. It's a tweak that Kang feels will rectify one of ARK's biggest design flaws. He envisions a path that makes dinosaurs easier to tame, but with a limited duration gain. So when I first read this, I'm not going to lie to you, I was ready to get my pitchfork out. In fact, I already had it out at the start, but I had a sleep on it. I had a chat to the guys on the PixARK Discord, which by the way is really cool. I'll leave a link in the description for that below. And we were taking a look at the article, and up here a little bit, it says, it mentions performance basically. So you should know its hardware requirements are pretty intensive. It's a high fidelity game. With PixARK, our approach is to make this type of gameplay accessible for a broader spectrum of machines and player types. So, I mean, I can totally understand from a performance point of view that this is quite a big thing. You know, there's so many tribes on official servers with hundreds and hundreds of dinosaurs, and obviously rendering all of those dinosaurs in along with wild ones, it takes its toll on the server, along with huge building and stuff. But we're not talking about that, and we're not talking about the turret limit. Let's not talk about that either. So I totally understand it from that point of view. The article then goes on down here later to say, we felt like the whole dinosaur farm concept was a poor design choice because it encouraged players to stockpile hundreds of dinosaurs for no reason. It's the for no reason bit that kind of confuses me, because I know he references that it's a design choice, but the whole reason that people get a dinosaur farm in ARK is really because that's what ARK wants you to do, right? So, you know, with the whole taming thing, you've got to get kibble to be able to get the best tames. If you want to breed, you need lots of dinosaurs for different types of kibble. So ARK wants you to have all of that. And he said that it's a flawed design concept. But then at the same time, there's so many people out there that generally just like having lots of dinosaur pets. I know I'm one of those people. Like, I'm one of those guys that gets really, really attached to a dinosaur. Like, I had a really high level Argent once with my tribe, and he had a ridiculous melee range. I called him Achilles because he just wrecked everything. And then I accidentally killed him, and I was so upset. So I'm kind of thinking maybe this is actually a way that will make this better. Maybe we won't be attached to the dinosaurs because it's temporary. So maybe that's a good thing. But at the same time, I'm a little bit gutted that I'm not going to be able to have my own dino pets. The other thing that confuses me is that in screenshots, that PixARK have put up on Twitter and things like that, they've talked about creating your own farm and sort of referencing having lots of dodos, you know, in to get eggs, and your Phiomias to get your poop and stuff like that. So that basically means that if the dinosaurs are only going to last 3 days, then it means that we're going to have to keep going on every 3 days to make sure that we're always retaming, you know? I don't actually know if the dinosaurs just end up going wild straight away or whether they despawn. Because, I mean, for a farm, you're going to obviously lock the dinos in somewhere. So it could well be that they just go wild and it's kind of easy and you just go, oh, cool, right, you're wild. Knock you out, knock you out, knock you out, tame you, tame you, tame you. Which isn't really such a big deal. I know it's fine. But I don't know. Again, I really want to have a discussion about this in the comments with you guys. Like, I want to hear from every single side of the story. I want to hear the guys that love the idea. I want to hear the guys that hate the idea. I want to hear from ARK players. I want to hear from Minecraft players. Because we have to remember as well that, I mean, something that this article has told me is that really the game isn't designed to be much like ARK. It's meant to be a sort of homage to ARK, if you like. So it's not really aimed at ARK players, I don't think. Which makes sense, because I was thinking about this last night. If you make a really awesome game, why would you then make another game to be a competitor of that game? So that's not what they're trying to do here. They're trying to break into another market. They're trying to break into the Minecraft crowd, into the Boundless, into the Trove crowd, and Cube World, and all of that. Which is totally cool. It might well work, and it might be the change that the game needs to be able to be more interesting. But I'm still not sure. The main thing I'm not sure about is how I feel about not being able to have my own dino pet. I know I can, but not for long. That's the key here. It's important for me to point out, though, at this point in the video, that I'm still 100% really excited for the game. And I'm still totally getting it. I'm still totally going to support the devs. And you know, I think that Snail Games are really good at listening to feedback. They seem very interactive with their community. So I think it's still got loads of potential here, man, despite the potential knock in taming. But one thing that this did lead me to think about was they haven't confirmed anything about breeding, and maybe this is why. You know, this could well mean that breeding actually isn't a thing. Although, I did speak to the guys on Discord, like I said, and one of them was saying that maybe it could be something like you tame 2 dinosaurs and you have to actually breed to be able to get a permanent dinosaur. Now, I don't know. I feel like Peter Kang would have said something about that in this article, if that was true. But if it is true, that'd be really cool. I'd be totally down with that. You know, I really like the whole breeding process in ARK. I think it's really cool. And I know a lot of people on Twitter, especially, have been asking PixARK if breeding is going to be a thing. So it's no wonder they've kind of avoided the question, if you like. Or they haven't avoided, they've just ignored it, which is totally fine. Like, they give details when they want. That's not a criticism on the PixARK devs at all. The other thing to bear in mind as well is that there could well be server options here. There's going to be unofficial servers. We know that. We know that hosting companies are already wanting to get in on the action. So there could well be some server options that you can change to extend the time that you've got dinosaurs. Maybe you can make it infinite for your own server. Because it makes sense. If you're a person that plays single player or with a small group of friends on PvE, and you never go on any other servers, there's not really any worry about performance on there, because you're never going to have, like, I mean, well, to be fair, if you play for thousands and thousands of hours, you might have a ton of dinosaurs and tons of buildings and stuff, but it's going to take you a long time to get to that point, and, you know, it's your own server, so you can do what you want with it, really. So there could well be some options in there if you want to go back to what ARK is like. I think for me, I'm gonna try it out how it is and see how I feel about it. It's gonna be interesting, particularly for PvP, because it means that, you know, you're actually gonna have to go out and tame specific dinosaurs for dinosaurs for certain raids. And that's whether you even need dinosaurs for raids. You know, a lot of the time for smaller raids in ARK, you don't actually need any dinos at all. You just need yourself some C4 and a gun, and you're sorted. But I don't know. I'm a little bit on the fence about this one. I know I've said it a lot in the video, but I'd really like to hear from you guys. I really want to generate a discussion about this. because I think it's probably one of the most interesting bits of information that we've got about PixARK so far. And I just don't know how to feel about it. I'm confused. I only heard about it last night, so I haven't really had loads of time to digest the information. You know, I kind of came in this morning and I was like, I'm gonna have to record this video. I must tell the world. Anyway, the fact that it's easier to tame things and you're only gonna have dinosaurs for a specific amount of time sort of indicates that there's got to be a lot more to the game, right? So we know that there's going to be quests and things like that, and it seems like the game is gearing way more towards PvE than it is PvP. There's still PvP in it. Don't panic. Don't get annoyed that I've said that. It's still PvP. There's PvP servers. We know that. But it looks like there's going to be things like dungeons and, you know, special quests and things like that for us to do. And they're all procedurally generated, potentially apart from certain big ones. You never know. We haven't got any details on that. So I guess that means that you pretty much need to figure out what you're going to do. Like, if you're going to go to a quest and you need a specific dinosaur for it, you just have to do a little bit of planning for it. So you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to take my pet Bronto over here. And I'm going to take him over to this quest and I'm going to, I don't know, like hit down 100 trees or something. That would be a really bad quest. This is why I'm not a game designer. So you'll actually have to just go out, find the dino, tame it quickly, because it's only going to take minutes. I refer you back to the entire Giga taming thing. Typical 12-hour wait to tame a Giga, for example, just a few minutes. So, I mean, that is cool, right? That is nice. I still don't know how I feel about not having my own pet, but I'm hoping then that the PvE side of things is going to be really, really interesting. The other thing that they've spoken about on this article is digging. I think they've said somewhere, you'll still be surviving, but digging will be a huge part of that process in PixARK. That extra freedom gives less experienced players more of a cushion to survive the wilderness instead of being instantly wrecked by a raptor as soon as the map loads. I really like that reference because pretty much everyone's first story of Ark is I spawned and I died. I got wrecked by a raptor straight away. Which is definitely mine as well. So it looks like the rest of the game, the dinosaurs are almost like a little add-on of the game. It's more like this is a voxel survival game. It's got dinosaurs, it's got quests, it's got some MMORPG elements, it's got a bit of everything. But nothing is sort of like particularly the big thing. The big thing is just surviving, which is cool. I'm down with that. I can get on board. I can totally get on board. Like I said, I don't want to poop on any idea until I've played it because I don't think it's fair to do that. I don't think it's really fair to go crazy about this whole taming thing until we've actually given it a go because it could be super fun. It genuinely could make the game extremely entertaining. I don't know. I'm not saying, you know, it's definitely going to be amazing. I think the game in itself has still got tons of potential. And to be honest, I think that it would be crazy of them not to put in this sort of server option for unofficial servers. So if you don't like the taming thing and you want to play Ark in Voxel World, then you can just get on an unofficial server that does that. The other thing to bear in mind, of course, is that they haven't confirmed whether modding is going to be a thing in the game, but they have said that they know how important it is. So the whole modding thing, that could completely solve this anyway. I don't know. And again, I'm making it sound like we're already trying to find ways to get out of this temp taming thing. But I urge everybody to at least try it. I think it's really important to give things a go before saying that it's awful. So I've really tried to avoid doing that in the video. It has been difficult because I'm such a massive Ark fan that anything that deviates from Ark, I'm always like, but I think it could be cool. I think it could work. I'm still totally excited for the game, like I said, and I'm still really up for it. But again, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about this? What's this change going to do for you? Is there anything I haven't talked about? I mean, we've covered farming, breeding, server options, things like that. Have I not thought of something? Like, what about there's some other thing about dinosaurs that I haven't thought about that's like way over there and I've totally missed it, but it's just behind me. Have I missed anything? Let me know in the comments and let's have a talk. Let's have a talk about this. I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comments and let's have a chat about it. Anyway, That's the end of the episode, so thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, push your face up against the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode!